I have been closely following the Lindsay Clancy trial, and a symptom that they mentioned the other day that she had is one that I also had when I was postpartum. The weird part is when I mentioned it to a psychiatrist, the psychiatrist told me that they had never heard of anyone experiencing it before. First time I had been in postpartum, I woke up from being fully asleep to being in a full state of a panic attack, like a claustrophobic panic attack. At 2 a.m., I wanted to be outside of my house. I wanted to crawl out of my skin, be outside of my body. It scared me so bad. I had never experienced anything like that. And that happened twice in the weeks after having my first child. I did tell my husband about it. I remember being scared to admit that it was happening. I remember crying while I was telling him about it because it was just this terrifying experience that I didn't want to have happen ever again. And it didn't until I was pregnant with my son, my second child. And it actually happened again, except this time when I was pregnant, which freaked me out because I was like, oh my gosh, it's happening like before I've even had the child. Like I can't do this. Nope, cannot handle this while I'm pregnant. And so I did speak to an OB about it. And the OB was this like older gentleman, and I remember him telling me that I should be able to talk myself out of it, that I seemed like a very reasonable, smart, capable woman who should be able to like talk herself out of a situation like that. At the time, I kind of took that as a compliment. Like, I don't even know why. But it happened again in the next OB appointment. I remember I requested to see a female OB this time because it was one of those clinics where like you see a different person every time. And I told this female doctor about it. She told me to take magnesium. Like magnesium was going to be the answer to all my problems. Almost like a placebo. I like trusted that it would work. But after having my son, the second time I was postpartum, my anxieties and just postpartum stuff got worse. I was experiencing face numbness, I was experiencing more panic attacks, and I eventually had a big panic. My husband had to come home from work, and I went to the doctors and got connected and finally got put on sertraline to help with anxiety and depression and looping thoughts. Anyways, guys, I'm a medicated mom. Being on that medication really, really helped me. Then when I was pregnant a third time with my third child, Poppy, it happened again. This point, I woke up my husband and he like helped me through the panic attack. My brain did not feel like my own when I was in that state. And it scared me so bad. So my husband helped me through it, but I did then go immediately to my OB. It was a new OB. I lived in a different town when I had each of my kids, so I had a new OB every time, but spoke to my OB, and this one took me very seriously. A lot of it is because I felt like I didn't want to be in my body anymore, and I didn't want to be pregnant anymore. It's like the feelings I had during these panic attacks. So he took me very seriously, sent me to go see a psychiatrist. The soonest psychiatrist that was available was a male, and it was over Zoom. But that is the psychiatrist who was like, yeah, I've never heard of this before. But he did give me some like emergency meds. I didn't want to take any medications that would be unsafe for the baby. And so they gave me some medicines to take if it were to happen again. And it didn't, thank goodness. So I never had to use those emergency meds, but they were there if I needed them. And that gave me a huge, huge peace of mind as a mom. I am now on other medications as well, just because of trauma and stuff that has happened in our lives. I feel like I'll probably always be on medications, and I'm not mad about it. I'm actually very proud because it's so hard to admit that your brain isn't okay or that you're not feeling okay. And so I'm very proud that I've been able to do that because I feel so much better and I feel more like myself with the help that I've received now. I feel like this trial is so fascinating for so many moms and women because there are these like little pieces that are being talked about with this postpartum and postpartum care and mental health that a lot of us are thinking, oh my goodness, I can resonate with that. That's familiar. That's scary. Do you guys think she did it? Do you think her husband did it? My husband knows my thoughts. I talk about it with him every night.